26 minutes past 6. Okay, make that 27 minutes past 6. My name is Ifeemi Andrew, and we go look at some headlines on some of the newspapers across the country and on the Punch. Port Harcourt refinery tests run ongoing. Marketers project petrol price increase. Port Harcourt refinery test run ongoing. Marketers project fuel price increase. CBN orders banks to sell excess dollars in 24 hours. And I will still say, as much as all these monetary policies are fantastic to try and resolve the continuous fall of the naira to the dollar, there are certain other very important economic policies that should be put in place. Perhaps the monetary policies that the government is trying to fix would be some temporary measures to try and see how we get the naira gaining some momentum. But then ultimately we have to start producing. We have to start producing and exporting. If we need to shore this up, we have to. And the fact that we're not talking about it or saying anything, it's still within trying to get dollars from organizations, foreign organizations, or other policies, which is good. But then what is the long-term plan? Abductors flogged Ekiti school children, proprietor. Tinubu orders AGF Lokbobri to end $1.3 billion oil block dispute. House of David loses multi-million naira Lagos church to fire. Reps order fire service to refund 1.48 billion naira COVID-19 funds. Unpaid debts, gas shortage affecting power firms at Delabu. All these are headlines you would find on the Punch newspaper. If you go to The Nation, federal government to save 500 million naira annually from fan relocation, says Kiamo. EFCC traces 7 billion naira fraud cash to religious group. CBN worries over banks' excessive forex exposure. All those you find on The Nation newspaper. If you look at the Vanguard, you'd also see some interesting headlines. And on the Vanguard, EFCC battles religious sect over 13 billion naira money laundering for terrorists. Ekiti school pupils kidnap. Ondo Amotekun deploys 100 personnel, parades 31 suspects. And Tinubu rejects labeling of Nigerians as corrupt. Naira falls to 1,490 naira to $1 in the parallel market. If you still look at the Vanguard, you see this. Over 30 feared dead as tanker explodes in Imo forest. All of those are headlines you will find on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Remember that we are streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. I'll take that again on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You can also join the conversation on X, Nigeria Info PH. Send in your messages on WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. It's the WhatsApp handle 0809-030-6416. You can call the phone number 070-0923-0923. I mean, the only number you should be calling this morning to be a part of the conversation. 070-0923-0923. Call us up on that number. You can make your contribution. To be taking your comments on Facebook and on WhatsApp. And on Facebook, this one says, from Courage, Bobo Wosu, When has police arrest become death sentence? Please, serious, make yourself available to the court if really you are innocent. The court will set you free. Omar Olebara says, any leadership that is not laid on a sound moral foundation collapses sooner than later. The truth of the matter is that this government is bereft of ideas how to manage complexities of problem bedeviling this country. One does not need a prophet to know that the country is heading to an economic cold room. The economic indices are so revealing, and I ask, where do we go from here? I don't have the answer. Adindu Wisdom says, High Court Port Harcourt, High Court Abuja has equal rights and same jurisdiction. High Court Abuja can't give order to High Court Port Harcourt. Thank God Ability says, Zamfara State unveils community protection guards. Local security is the way out to tackle the insecurity confronting the states of the Federation. Our security agencies have been overwhelmed. Raymond Eze Aliko says the appointment of some individuals and new head of some parastatal really shows that the governor has a good blueprint on developing the state. Please, they should allow him concentrate. Ogo Ojene Justice says Federal High Court Abuja order arrest of Edison. Somebody feels that being in Abuja you are bigger than the governor. Failure all the way. Okay. Christian Williams, it's fast becoming obvious that judiciary is one of the problems facing Nigerians as at today. I don't understand why a court of same power will be given a conflicting order. Christian Williams from Igbo Echie. I don't understand too. Where else? Okay. Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So join us on Facebook. The numbers to call again are 070-0923-0923. 070-0923-0923 is the number to call. On WhatsApp, this one says, even if all banks sell off their dollars, since we import everything in this country, nothing would stop. It will stop nothing. We import everything in this country. Onoha Kinsley from Ndashi Echie. I think it's high time the governor starts using his powers as governor on his father, because that is the only way he and his supporters can breathe in Rivers State. From Clever Sonny. The Martins Group, please allow peace in this state, confidence, and let him from Ozuzu Echie. All we have is political judiciary. You touched my heart with this your piece this morning. Okay. All right. All we have is Victoria David. I got your message, but it's just not the message I can take on this segment of the show. All we have is political judiciary, she says. The governor's impeachment is loading, and at this stage, the only remedy for the governor is wake up and act. Another one on WhatsApp says Nigerian police should leave here alone. If there's any allegation against him, let them do their investigation first. They should also respect court orders and allow peace prevail in our dear state. Thank you, Comedingi Dennis Gokana. So this is somebody came. I think some people accuse the media and say the media is the one causing the issue. The what they call it, the political unrest in Rivers State in court. Some other people say, oh, the followers are the ones. Oh, there's peace. Everybody says there's peace. But every morning we wake up and see actions that do not point to the direction of everybody's moving on now. We're trying to move the state forward. It does not at all. And questions need to be asked about some of these new revelations, and I understand why people are also questioning the various court orders coming and how they are coming and how fast they are coming and where they are coming from. Well, what can I say? Let's open the phone lines. Nigeria Info, good morning to you. Say your name and where you're calling from, and then you can make your contribution. We can barely hear you. It's almost impossible to hear you.
I'm calling from Elele.
All right, Lawrence from Elele, go on.
Yes. I think it's a high time the governor that the assembly members are not his people. What I mean is they are not really dancing to the tune of the beat, which the 8-point peace resolution has made at Abuja. So if they are not ready, I think the governor should sit up. I know that he's a governor. Let him use his executive power to be able to tell them that this is his own time, this is his own government. And of course, this rarely happened when Wike was the governor. of River State. Nobody dared him again. So my brother, I'm saying this morning that what they are doing is not to the part of the peace. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, Wambu Lawrence, thank you. Nigerian Info, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, lost both those calls. Nigerian Info, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, and that too. Nigerian Info, good morning.
Good morning, my friend Andrew.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Justice Dori from Omujoga.
All right, go ahead, Justice.
Yes, Mr. Andrew. Yesterday there was a court judgment ordering for the arrest of the Chief of Staff, Honorable Eric Legate. Andrew, before now there was also a court order restraining the police from arresting Eric Legate. Now, Andrew, I want to ask, is law not the same thing everywhere? Does law depend on individuals to be able to determine judgment? Does law depend on geographical location to be able to determine judgment everywhere? Andrew, I think I am not the only person. Rivers people and Nigerians are beginning to get worried on issues of court judgment, conflicting judgment here and there. Andrew, hello, Andrew, can you hear me?
Go on.
Hello. Yeah, I think I said I am beginning to get worried on the issues of conflicting judgment here and there. In as much as this political unrest in Rivers State is concerned, judiciary has a role to play. I don't know who is behind all these things. And let's see train in Rivers State. You see one court judgment today. You see another conflicting judgment here and there. It is not for the growth of this. It's not ready for the growth of the state. Andrew. And secondly, I want to speak on the issue of fire incident in the state. Residents should be able to know that this is dry season. You don't live life recklessly, because you see when fire
all right.
comes, you see properties burning here and there. Please, let's be conscious of.
Thank you very much.
In our environment.
Thank you, Nigeria Info. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Susie.
Okay, Susie, go on.
Yeah. The history of political philosophy stated not arbitrarily that even before the emancipation of democracy, there has been a serious conflict between capitalism, imperialism, and communism. Now, I even prefer what is happening within our state today, that everything is on the path of litigation, such that it does not go beyond litigation to we assassinating one another. So to this person, I want to say that in as much as court is involved in it, and court, the law is actually one and only with politics. It is only going to go to adjudication and resolving the conflict and providing remedies to all our sundry. So I believe that whatever it is now, we actually, for me, I have been advocating for peace in this state. So whoever that is involved in either parties, the court would actually adjudicate at the end of the day. But I'm advising that it should not go beyond going to court and, going to court to summon each other rather than even killing one another by assassination. Thank you very much, Steve, from my community.
All right, thank you very much, Susie. Nigeria Info, good morning. Good morning. I think I should, at this point, I'd need to apologize. It's really difficult with the phone lines this morning for some of us trying to get through using that particular number. Pedro Bry says, please educate them about executive power. Court issues arrest warrant, but now bring executive power here because it's the constitutional power of police to investigate and arrest any individual who commits crime. The 27 lawmakers have seen Edison as a brickstone in the brick house. So Edison should appeal such court orders and other court cases against the lawmakers. J. Fetty Bekwe. Ekbo Bimi Philip says, Nigeria Judiciary, please allow river citizens breathe. Okay. Hello, good morning, Nigeria Info.
Oh, Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
Let me Obina calling for Hamongo.
Okay, Obina, go ahead.
Court to restraining Edison, not to arrest in River State. Yes, it's a welcome development because one man in Abuja cannot stay there and dictate what happened in River State here. Because after all, there's allegations, most of them. So, court, police should go and arrest those people first. Edison should not go anywhere. Let our governor restrain that. Just make sure that court is not let them not arrest this
All right. Thank you very much. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, my name is J.A.G. I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Andrew, I thought in those days when we were growing up, if somebody commit a crime in, let's say, River State, and the person is arrested in maybe Sokoto, the person is brought back to River State to face these charges. If you have arrested people and take them to Abuja, I thought the place that you try them should be in the place where the crime is committed at the end of the day. And the last thing we had about the investigation of the assembly that was they said was allegedly burnt down, was that investigations were still on and that the police will make the investigation public. How come the court is now relying on a petition written by some opposition, because the person they said they are declaring wanted now, the chief of staff, was never a criminal, as at the time it was with them when things was good. Suddenly he has become the criminal that the court is now declaring, and I don't get it at all. And for me, Andrew, when George Johnson talks about performance, are you aware right now that the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has set up a committee to look into the performance of ministers and all those that are appointed, that anyone that doesn't do well will go. So for me, the returning commissioners, if you don't do well, sorry can just be your name. And conclusively, what I call the refinery test running. Andrew, please help me ask them this question. For how long, for goodness sake? You have nothing is happening. You're telling me your seat is running. I beg, don't leave us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, JJ. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Good morning. It's me, Andrew, and happy new month.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Comrade Letan Barry calling from Bori.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, let me look at court orders the arrest of Edison here, the Chief of Staff of Government House, for burning the River State House of Assembly. I think, in the other hand, court is restoring police from arresting Edison here. You see, I have given this advice before now, that this extent of stoning River State as a political pandemonium and making the River State political combustion chamber, where everything is being ignited and nobody seems to understand where we are going, changing the direction. I think now that Tim Fobra has taken over, governance is supposed to commence. And I have advised our governor, if there is anything that is holding between you and the FCT minister, please try and settle this rift. You have an understanding between the president and the FCT minister. Both of you signed. Only both of you understand what brought about that signing of 8-point agenda. Do these things. If it is from these things that all these crises are instigating, do it so that we can have this in River State. You run your governance so that people can achieve from your government. If we continue like this, how long can we be able to sensitize the people
All right.
on how to go
Later,
forward?
Barry, thank you very much. Point made. We have to move on now to another caller. Besides, we had the horrible beep in the background, but we just had to manage and get you to make your point. Well said. We now get on to another caller, Nigeria Info. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I'm Mrs. Ucheken. I'm calling from Echi.
All right.
I want to look at the fire surviving victims should be taken care of. I'm calling on both individuals, business owners, government, to please visit her wherever she is right now. And abductors of school pupils flocks them. I want to say Mr. President is not doing enough to ending the high rate of kidnapping in the country. Traveling from one country to another is not beneficial to Nigeria. He should do something now to ensuring that the way and manner in which his citizens cannot go about their lawful businesses ends immediately. Then court orders, finally, arrest of Edison here. For me, Politicians should stop the attitude of running from one court to another whenever they are being accused or declared wanted of anything. Making yourself available means proving innocency of the allegation beyond a reasonable doubt. And the court also should stop this confusing and conflicting judgment. It is not healthy for democracy. Good morning.
All right, good morning. More messages on Facebook at the moment. This one says from Kolawole Olani. Sometimes thank God ability to EFCC uncovers religious body laundering money for terrorists. It would be a childish talk if EFCC chairman refused to name the religious body laundering the money. Larry Spiff says, good morning, Governor Fura, please. It's not... Okay. You're asking if whether giving Edison an appointment in the government was part of the peace deal you signed in Nassau Rock. I mean, I was always going to ask the question, what was the content of the agenda, the 8-point agreement, and which of them is being implemented by the governor that is not there or that was not written in that agreement? For some people, I think one of the callers was making reference to, if it's that agreement, finish it so that we have peace. We don't understand this. And for me, the confusion now is the fact that we had been asking a lot of times. I know the question has been on for the police. What happened at the assembly? Nothing was said. I remember some people were even apprehended. If you remember, some people were apprehended and said to be behind the fire, causing the fire at the assembly. So you would understand for many the fact that the chief of staff resigned as lawmaker and after his resignation was not appointed anything, had been there, and then all of this questioning did not come. And so when people get skeptical that he gets appointed and it's not up to 4 days, there is now this. So is it that the investigation just revealed now? Or was it that, it's political, as many people are suggested, because of the timing of it and how it's working and how swift this is happening? Well, we can only know when the police give us a full briefing of what the situation is with regards to the assembly complex. I had said before, what happened at the assembly complex happened. And I don't know if there was any detailed statement that was released to suggest what had happened there. But then we eventually at some point heard it was a fire after some people were taken into police custody. We heard it was a fire. So what's happening now? And how is the chief of staff now being fingered in this matter, according to what we're seeing from the courts? Well, time will tell. Ferdinand Nwodo says, good morning. On the conflicting judgment, Rivers people should be ashamed of themselves. Other states are moving well. We are here fighting each other. The president should call the FCT minister to order, and the FCT minister should allow the state move forward, please. Well, the FCT minister would say that he doesn't know why they are calling his name, because he's not the one that was mentioned. He's not behind anything. I'm pretty sure there are many people that will say the same thing. But those people who still say what they are saying, I understand you, because we know Nigerian politics. We've been in this country where politicians pay groups, pay individuals, have foot soldiers that do things for them. And then in public, they say, I did not do anything. My hand no day. Why are you calling me? So it could be anything. It could be both ways. This is what the politics of the country is. And yes, you can say it's sad, but that is the kind of politics we play. Gostam Elemowa says the High Court in Abuja ordered the arrest of Edison here. If he is found, he should be arrested and... Which one? I don't understand. Arrested and what? Uguzo Woke says peace is priceless. Let there be peace in Rivers State. Elders Desk, Elele Kingdom. Okay. Let's look at messages on WhatsApp. This one says, what stopped the police from arresting the FCT minister and the Ikore local government chairman? They've been openly accused. These men have been openly accused of even killing and other killings. Casey Bomba is my name. Well, I don't know if somebody has written a petition to the police for them to be arrested. If somebody has written a petition to the police and then the police have not arrested them, then we can ask questions. Or perhaps the police would decide to be very good at this job and just say, some people have said certain things about you, we'll invite you in for questioning. Either ways, we would not know until it happens. Silas Abadi says the fire outbreak. The Nigerian police have always remained a tool in the hands of privileged politicians to achieve selfish and inordinate ambitions. This is. I think the first part is what it is. It was called a fire outbreak. Vividly, I remember it was called a fire outbreak. It wasn't. Was it arson? Because the question was asked: was it arson? Was it a bomb? Was it an explosion? Was it? And then when people were arrested, they said these people were the people that caused the fire. So what's happening now? Even with the DPO, the death of the DPO in Auda East and West, certain names were mentioned. If you remember, some people were even declared wanted. Tubaba and the rest of these gang members were declared wanted. And then, before we know it, we started hearing other arrests and then other people to other places and then now it's even more confusing than it ever was. And remember, people have been asking the police, what is happening? How is the investigation going with regards to the situation in Auda and the death of the DPO, who is one of your own? We're not just even talking about the death of other people that have been happening around that area, because other people have been dying and answers have not been provided to the satisfaction of their family members and everyone who is watching. But now a police officer, not just a police officer, a DPO. Well, we even had videos of some people that were apprehended, and we saw the videos online and they were talking about, were you there where they buried DPO? Were you there? We saw all this thing trending on social media. We saw all these videos. We saw all. So suddenly the narrative now, it's really, you wouldn't blame anyone who is confused and asking questions. They would have a right to ask questions. I mean, it's only an insane person that would see the happenings and not ask questions. We'll take a short commercial now. After that, if we have enough time, we'll take some more messages. Otherwise, we'll go straight to the business news at 7. Good morning.